Mini that never came out. It was an arcade port. I think this was actually a fan-made port of the arcade game to the Genesis Mini. Actually, well, it existed before the Genesis Mini, but Sega put it on here afterwards. Normal or boss rush? No. Boss type, 26 bosses. Player, Proco, Tiat? We're gonna go easy. I like easy. Rapid on, thank you. Let's begin. And so yeah, Darius is a franchise that I stumbled on. Like, my brother and I stumbled on this. We were... As a gift for my uncle, my mom wanted to get him a Super Nintendo, because he played a lot of Super Nintendo at our house, then he moved away. Like, he was babysitting us. Then he moved to his own place. Well, he moved in with my grandma when they moved to their own place. And as a Christmas gift one year, we got him a Super Nintendo. And some of the games we got him, he was really into baseball games. So we got him Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball. And then one of the games we got him, just because it happened to be on clearance at this one store we went to, was Darius on the Super Nintendo. And it's this side-scrolling shooter. A lot of the enemies are fish-based. It was really good. I have not played any other games in the series since. But, I mean, as far as 2D side-scrolling space shooters go, I thought Darius was pretty good. This is moving very fast, by the way. And I probably should just be holding both buttons down at the same time to on the ground. It's, of course, unlimited ammo. Uh-oh. Are we almost dead already? Alright, great. Easy, right? Let's try that again. Oh. Yeah, I wish I could offer more, like, Darius knowledge. I just don't have it. So, I don't really know anything about this particular version. This level seems to be moving pretty fast, I will say. Those backgrounds are kind of nice. And I have no idea what the arm thing is. Oh, there we go. Yeah, of these types of games, they don't really make these games anymore, do they? Like this sort of side-scrolly shooter space games, like they sort of make them more like score attack, like Geometry Wars and stuff. Actually, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Sorry. I know there was one Randy played that was side-scrolly, but it was like more Geometry Wars, but in this style of like 2D from the side. And then, yeah, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time is technically this, too. They made a ton for PS3, didn't they? I have no idea. I got into the PS3 very late in the console's lifespan. Like indie games. But yeah, there's definitely no scene for this as like a major market game. Like, this is very much niche of the niche at this point. Like Cinemora EX, it's almost like this but 3D. There you go. That's one I've heard of. A huge battleship, King Fossil, is approaching. That name sounds familiar to me. King Fossil? Yes, this boss looks familiar to me. This is also on the SNES. It might be the same game on the SNES. I mean, programmed completely differently, but... There we go. Oh, I didn't realize there was more to it. I thought we beat the boss. We're done, right? Nope. Oh, we're going up. Body going up. A zone. We are now rushing into B zone. Be on your guard. Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow. That's the stage transition. We don't, like, cut to a cutscene or anything. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, throwing it out there to the chat. What are some of your all-time favorite Sega games? Let's limit it to Sega Genesis for now. Sega Genesis games. What did you guys enjoy? Oh. Yeah, I don't... My knowledge of Sega Genesis is pretty limited. I did play a decent amount. I think it'd have to be Sonic 2 for me for now. For now. I'm sure I could probably... If I really thought about it, I could think of more. And maybe when we go through the process of playing through more of these games on this console, I'll find more stuff that I really like. For the time being, I'm going to say Sonic 2 is my favorite Sega Genesis game. Comic Zone, Gunstar Heroes, and Streets of Rage. Alright, so I've played Gunstar. That I've played before this. Gunstar is really good. That's a good choice. Sonic 3 with Sonic and Knuckles expansion. Oh, yes! I didn't get to spend as much time with Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, but I did enjoy Sonic and Knuckles from the bit I have played. And I really wish there wasn't rights issues with the Sonic and Sonic 3 Sonic Knuckles stuff, so that we could have gotten Sonic 3 on this compilation. It is a travesty that we don't get those games anymore because of the rights issues with the music. Yeah, and Streets of Rage 2 I really liked. I would like to play more of those, and I would definitely be more excited for Streets of Rage 4 now that I've played Streets of Rage 2. A huge battleship. Electric fan. That is such a... Adding Knuckles into Sonic 2 was a feat. Yes. I still don't understand how that works. Like, the technology involved in putting a cartridge on top of another cartridge to alter how the first cartridge worked? With that lock-on technology. Ta-da! Hey, we're doing alright. That first run was no good, but now we've beaten 2 bosses in a row. Oh, back up we go. Are we going to do that cool level transition again? We are now rushing into D zone. Be on your guard. As much as it's a meme, I think that's why I loved Sega. They were so willing to be crazy. Yes, they were out of their minds nuts. Like the Sega CD, the 32X. Just what are you guys doing? And I think, yeah, their craziness and ultimately tanked the company. But man, they did some wild stuff. And one of the things I miss, and I have to be careful what I say here. I think that it's great that these platforms are now running on similar architecture, which allows for things like cross-platform play to happen, and for game ports across all the platforms to run really similarly to one another. But man, I love the time when the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis got completely different games, even though they had the same name. But like, Genesis Aladdin and Super Nintendo Aladdin were completely different games because the architecture was different, and they had to build those experiences from the ground up, and you got 2 different games with the same name. And that was really cool. Sometimes the Super Nintendo version was better, sometimes the Genesis version was better, but I love the fact that these were different things, and so it was almost like you got double the games. Also, not gonna lie, I'm enjoying this one quite a bit right now. It helps that I haven't died in quite a bit. Once we got that armor going, really changed things up. Did any of you guys have the 32X or the Sega CD? I've always wanted to play Night Trap. I know that's out on the Switch now, and it's been on sale. I probably should have just done it when it was on sale a couple of weeks ago. Just out of curiosity, like, what's going on? Alright, here we go. Another big fish thing. Stingray? Yeah, that looks like a stingray for sure. A friend had a Sega CD, but it never worked right. Oh! Like, I've played... The only game I've played on Sega CD... Well, I didn't have my own Sega CD, but we bought the PC version after the fact, was Sonic CD. And I played a little bit of that. That would have been cool if they had Sega CD games on this compilation. I know it's technically a different thing, but like getting Sonic CD on here would have been nice, getting Night Trap. The biggest thing was having quality music for a soundtrack. Yes, the audio in that game is incredible. Probably don't want the version of Mortal Kombat on Sega CD. I've heard the load times for that were horrible, like 3 minutes per match. We are now rushing into H. Oh, phone buzzed. Ooh, new phone, who dis? We're busy. Oh, jeez. Was not expecting that behind sneak attack. And I know I could drop a save state right here, but we'll just let it rock. It's fine. This is just a stream for funsies. And we'll save the... Ooh, we got a laser now? Nice. The serious Sega playing for another time. I'll have to figure that out. Like, scheduling what games to stream each week is pretty tough. It's too bad that this thing doesn't have Jurassic Park. Yeah, licensing probably makes that difficult. Like, it was Ocean that made those games, right? I don't even know if Ocean even exists, or if it doesn't, who has... What is Ocean now? But yeah, I think that's always going to be the downfall. Oh man, look at these weapons. The downfall of these consoles, these modern re-releases, is that getting the rights for certain old games is going to be really tough. On the Tetris 99 stream that we did yesterday, we were talking about a potential Nintendo 64 classic, and if/when that thing comes, it's not going to have GoldenEye on it, and that's going to feel really wrong. As much as I prefer Perfect Dark over GoldenEye, not having GoldenEye is going to feel like a huge miss. Unfortunately, between... I guess Microsoft and Nintendo are buddy-buddy now, but you still have to go through all the James Bond people to make that work. And for decades, like, it just hasn't worked.